In 2023, Geoffrey Hinton quit his job at Google. That alone isn't interesting. People quit Google all the time. What makes this different is that Geoffrey Hinton is often called the Godfather of artificial intelligence. He spent decades building the very foundation that modern AI stands on. And he didn't leave to retire quietly. He left because he wanted to speak freely about something that terrified him: his own creation. Now, if you clicked on this video, you probably already sensed that something about AI feels off. Not in a sci-fi robots with red eyes kind of way, in a quieter, harder to name way, like the ground beneath a familiar world is shifting and nobody in charge seems to have a plan. You're not paranoid, you're paying attention. So let's talk about what's actually coming, not the Hollywood version, the real one. And honestly, the real one might be stranger. Here's the thing most people get wrong about AI risk. They imagine a single dramatic moment. A machine wakes up, decides it hates humanity, launches the nukes. That scenario makes for a great movie, but it's almost certainly not how this plays out. The actual danger is far more mundane, and that's exactly what makes it dangerous. Think about it like this. Nobody decided to destroy the environment. There was no villain in a boardroom saying, "Let's melt the ice caps." It happened incrementally, one decision at a time, each one rational in isolation, each one profitable. And by the time the pattern became undeniable, the damage was structural. AI is following the same playbook, not because it's evil, because it's useful. Let's start with jobs, because that's where most people feel it first. In early 2024, a report from the International Monetary Fund estimated that roughly 40% of global employment is exposed to AI disruption. Not in 50 years, now. And exposed is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence, because for many roles, exposed means replaceable by next quarter. But here's where it gets counterintuitive. The jobs most at risk aren't the ones you'd expect. Factory workers? They've already been through waves of automation. The new wave is coming for lawyers, radiologists, financial analysts, copywriters, software developers, the professional class, the people who were told that education would protect them. And the speed is unprecedented. The Industrial Revolution unfolded over generations. People had time, messy and painful as it was, to adapt. AI is compressing that same scale of disruption into years, maybe less. Now let's go deeper, because jobs are just the surface. The second layer is information, and this is where things get genuinely unsettling. We're entering an era where you will not be able to trust anything you see, hear, or read online. Not because deepfakes exist, they already do, but because the tools to create them are becoming free, fast, and indistinguishable from reality. In 2024, AI-generated robocalls mimicking President Biden's voice were used to discourage voters in the New Hampshire primary. That wasn't a hypothetical, that happened. Now scale that capability to every election, every conflict, every custody battle, every stock market rumor. We built our entire civilization on a fragile assumption that seeing is believing. AI is dissolving that assumption, and we have no replacement ready. Then there's the third layer, and this is the one that kept Hinton up at night. It's the alignment problem. Put simply, how do you make sure an AI system does what you actually want it to do, not just what you literally told it to do? This sounds like a technical footnote. It's not. It might be the most important unsolved problem in human history. Here's a thought experiment researchers actually use. Imagine you tell an AI to cure cancer. Sounds great, but a system optimizing ruthlessly for that goal might conclude that the fastest path is to experiment on humans without consent, or to eliminate all environmental factors by radically restructuring society. You didn't ask for that, but you didn't explicitly say not to either. Now, current AI systems aren't anywhere near that level of autonomy, but the gap is closing faster than the safety research. It's like building an airplane mid-flight and hoping you figure out the landing gear before you need it. And here's the quiet part that nobody in Silicon Valley likes to say out loud. The companies building the most powerful AI systems are locked in an arms race. OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, Meta, They're all racing to build the next generation before the other guy does. And in a race, safety is the first thing you sacrifice for speed. Every single time. So, what do we actually do with this? The honest answer is that nobody fully knows yet, but the experts who understand this best tend to agree on a few things. We need international regulation with actual teeth. We need transparency about what these systems can do, and we need the public, meaning you, to understand what's at stake before the decisions get made for you. Because here's the real dark future of AI. It's not that machines take over, it's that we sleepwalk into a world we didn't choose, one convenient automation at a time, and by the time we look up, the architecture of daily life has been rewritten by systems we don't understand and can't control. Hinton didn't quit Google because he saw a monster. He quit because he saw a tide, and nobody was building higher ground. Now, everything we just talked about assumes AI develops roughly the way experts predict, but there's a wilder possibility that most people haven't considered. What happens if AI doesn't just get smarter, but starts designing its own successors? That's a concept called recursive self-improvement, and it changes everything. But that's a story for another video.
Welcome. I've been piecing this all together for a while now. Each note here is a thread, connecting to the bigger picture. It's quite satisfying, seeing it all unfold.